All right, hey, good morning, guys. I'm Teresa, otherwise known as Takor. For a while I was doing Avon with Takor, and I still am. So I'm kind of still working with my makeup and everything. But I'm just jumping on. I'm gonna try this video thing because this is gonna be something new. Although it's my first technical video for hair coloring, but recently, for the past from the time I was 30 to the time I was 40, I was dark chestnut brown and had really long hair. Obviously, when you go through some things, kind of change up your look a little bit. and I do apologize, I'm not sick. I just we've gone from 70-degree weather to 40-degree weather, and it's kind of got my sinuses all messed up today. So anyway, please bear with me in regards to my first video here. Obviously, you always got your nerves going and you never know what to really say. So, but I'm going to be starting off with today. Basically, finish my story real quick, is that I went back to blonde a few months ago. My dad passed this year, and I just always remembered being a blonde when I was a kid with him and throughout my early 20s. So I went back to being a blonde, and I had basically cut my hair like short. So cut all my hair off. It used to be all the way almost down to my waistline, and kind of made some changes. But I grew up, my mom was a beautician, and I grew up being a guinea pig for her hair coloring since I was probably 10 years old. And obviously just kind of got hooked to coloring my hair. But this time I'm kind of gonna go out there. I decided what not to bring in 2021 with the way 2020 has been, and we're all ready to kiss that goodbye, that I'll kind of go on the little wild side. So I am a mom of 4 girls, and obviously sometimes you don't get the opportunity to go to the beauty salon and be pampered, get your nails done or anything like that. So I basically cut my hair and color my hair on my own. And I do my best in regards to what I can afford to splurge on myself. But although this may be, you know, for all of my beauty operator friends out there, I completely understand. My mom obviously was one of them and didn't care for people doing their own hair, and she had to fix their mess ups. I do my best on fixing my own mess ups. But, and also in regards to not making it to Sally, you know, to the supply store to be able to get the real good stuff. But so anyway, this is what I'm going to be doing today on this nice cool day, besides being outside working, is I'm going with purple and blue. What do you think? So it's going to be wild. It's going to be a little cosmic, a little galaxy is kind of what I'm going for. Kind of almost wish I got the pink and the green as well, but we'll go with the Schwarzkopf Blue Mercury and Amethyst Chrome, which of course amethyst is my birthstone, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, so we've got the start of that. Kind of got an idea on what color I'm going to be going for. What I'm going to do here is, so also it says if your hair is very dry or in poor condition, do not apply the color to the ends of your hair until the last 5 minutes of your developing time. Otherwise, this could result in more intensive or lighter color. And of course, anybody's hair results may vary on previous colored hair, which I think is hilarious because this is going to be quite the big surprise. Excuse me once again. Is if you notice on the boxes here, okay, so it's all like dark blonde, light brown, medium brown. Pretty flashy colors. I am blonde. Previous bleached back in August or September, I think, a couple months ago. Maybe even longer than that. But so anyway, I'm like almost bleached. This is gonna be pretty wild, don't you think? A little scared, but I'm a risk taker on my hair. I always do. And we'll go with it, and if I don't like it, then chestnut brown it is. So kind of excited though. I think these are like my two most favorite colors, and I just like to try something new. So let's see what happens. So some of this video is going to be a little fast forward in times, and that way we can try to, you're not having to hang out with me all too long. But I just kind of like to have my little introduction. I'm going to be getting my colors mixed together here in just a moment. First off, the parting of the hair. So I have very thick hair. I mean, it is thick. So what I'm going to do is that basically, I always like to kind of take my upper part from where I have it down on both sides, because what I'm going to be doing with this is basically, I do apologize. Let me try to get this straight here. I gotta look in my mirror. And like I said, I appreciate your patience, because I am so not used to doing videos, but it's like, you look at all these videos and I'm telling you what, to do this particular hair color and what I'm going to be getting ready to do, I could not find a video for it. So, for what I'm going to be doing, what better way than to make a video? See if anyone was here. I was thinking I need someone to be pulling up, looking at my window, be like, what is that crazy lady doing in there? Sitting there talking to herself. Just want to be sure I get everything lined up. I like to use my little pick comb. That way I can try my best to be sure that I get my sides lined up the way I want them to be. So that way from each side of my forehead, it will be kind of the same distance. Just because the top is going to be a little different than what the underneath is going to be. So, you see here, do you believe I've just about got everything? But if you notice how thick my hair is on top. But let's see here. Just got a little tiny straggler there. And let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and get this circled around here. Also notice where I've cut my hair. Some areas are going to be longer, some areas are going to be shorter. All right. So, oh, and also you'll apply your color on dry, not freshly washed hair. So if you've had it not washed, like for me, it's been a couple of days, perfect. That means that the color will go on much better and it will stick. So look at all that new growth. Okay, so then I'm just going to twist it, and then I'm going to sit it right up here where I can clip it. Actually, I'm going to use my big clip for up there because that's going to be sectioned differently. So I've got that. And then, of course, on this side, I will divide this up like right above my ear. So from the obviously you saw how I got everything all kind of parted. I was going to go ahead and start with my bottom sections first, but what I'm going to be doing different is that I'm actually kind of going to where it's going to give it this intra-wavy deep look with a lot of different colors. So I'm just kind of going across a quarter section at a time, and so it's not too thick. Let me try to get that a little bit more there. And I'm basically going with the purple. And I'm not quite getting to the roots. I mean, I'll rub them into the roots later, but kind of about like out like that. And then I just kind of massage it in and be sure that it's getting on every strand of hair. And then I use my little fingers just to kind of push some of the color up towards my roots. But I'm not like going to be rubbing it all the way in, because I still want kind of my darkness to kind of start from the top as it goes down. So this is the purple. Kind of comes out looking a little pink. You can see that. I know my light's not all that great, but so I'm just kind of pulling it through and massaging it in to be sure that everything gets kind of colored in there. And I definitely like to be sure that I do get it really good and saturated. Where it can go deep into the hair. And I'm just gonna go on the back side a little bit here, just to be sure that that is good. And then fold it up. I've got a little wash rag here that I'm kind of wiping my gloves on, so that way I'm trying not to have too much of one color on the next strand when I go with the different colors. So I've got two colors sitting here, which is my blue amethyst, or my blue and my amethyst color. So this is going to be the blue. And of course you've got to, I like the bottles because they're less messy than using like the brush and everything. But obviously sometimes you don't know if you've got all the color mixed up really good. So just definitely give the bottle a good shaking here and there. And so you see the blue. I'm just going to kind of touch it up into the roots a little bit. And then I start bringing it out. So then I pull it over this way. Be sure I get the back side of it. And I mean, obviously, nothing's going to be all nice and, you know, clean all the time. You always get a little messy in some spots. And I'm really not too worried about getting my colors blended from the roots, because that's going to be perfectly fine. But I do want to be sure that I get the blue very well saturated on both sides. Now, of course, if you do have longer than this type of hair, I mean, still, yeah, this might take 2 applications because my hair is so thick. But I'll just kind of set it over that way. Wipe my hands a little bit. And then I've got this last little bottom piece here. So I'm going to do with the purple. So this way, when I put my hair up, you're going to see like the lines of the purple and blue kind of coming up that way. So it should give it a nice little cosmic gathered look by me doing the sections here, where some other people that I've seen on videos doing it in a whole other different area. So this is basically what I was doing, is just taking about a quarter, and then I kind of rub it a little bit what I can into the roots, just to the, almost to the scalp, pretty close, because I do want to kind of mix it in a little bit there. And then I'm just gonna pull it over. And you know what I did? I forgot my foil. You don't want to wrap it up in plastic, but as I get that kind of colored up, and then you can kind of see how it's already starting to change the colors here a little bit. So what I'm going to do is carefully So I am almost there. I've got my sides and my back done, different layers. So now I'm going to be doing the top. Now the top is obviously, you can see the most and the thickest part of my hair. And just basically I will brush it out. And obviously I am making a mess. I've got a mess everywhere. So I'm just going to show you a few of the starts that I'm going to be doing here. Because basically when my hair falls, it's going to come down. So I'll have like my streaks down and then the rest of it all blended in. And that's kind of how I wanted to try to do this here. So I'm going to start from the back and get my quarter, which are starting to become a little thicker. See, the top part will be a little thicker just because I want the lines on the sides. And so they will be just maybe about a 1/2 inch. Instead of doing the quarter, I'll do a 1/2 of the same color. So, but for the color to take, I'll go ahead and start it off with a quarter. I'm just going to be doing 2 colors at the same time, or, you know, back to back. So, let's see here. I finished with the purple up here, so this is going to be blue. And hopefully I have enough for the rest of my hair. That will so suck when you have to go back to Dollar General, get 2 more boxes of hair color, and walk in there with only half your hair colored. Yeah, that would probably be me. So, let me flip it over to the other side here. And I'll just try to rub that in where it gets nice and saturated. Be sure I've got enough to finish it on out. Bring my other end up here to try to get it on. All right, now obviously I made a huge mess of myself, but I do think I have it all in. I've used a lot of my colors. See, I don't have any more of that color left. Always dispose of your colors back in the boxes and put them in the trash. Don't save any leftovers because it could I don't care. I just want to be sure I've got it all saturated. So I'm going to clean my mess up, clean my face up, put my hair up, and I will be back in 30 minutes. Gotcha. All right, and voila, this is my finishing touch. You can see a little bit of the blue, you can see the purple, and then what I like is that when I put my hair up, see, it's all like all different areas there. So it'll look really, really good. You can see it kind of blended in really good with my roots. But I absolutely love it. So, from a old looking mama to a little bit of a hip mama. Anyway, I don't know what you would want to call it, but I really like the color. So it's a little bit of the blue, which of course sometimes could be a little bit more bluer. You know, what I was kind of, it's not as the blue as I was kind of going for, but I love how it is blending in, and there's still just a tiny bit of little blonde pieces that did not get completely, or like in my roots, you can see these go to my roots, but the other ones didn't quite go to the roots. But for me, it just seems to blend in really good. And you can kind of see how I did the top, and then it kind of gives me a little bit more of a thicker area here for my lines. And then when I pull it up, you can tell that I'll either have a color of, like, this is all the blue, then if I go underneath it, I'll have the purple. But anyway, I have got to get to work. I've got lots of things to do, but now I just feel energized because I feel like I'm like looking good, you know? So got my makeup on, even though my day's already practically gone because I decided to do a hair day, but I kind of like it. I like the look. What do you guys think? Hit like, share. I'd love to try to start a page and, you know, do some other things that's just crazy. So anyway, I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of a drastic change that a mom made on one day during Christmas break. All right, love you. Have a good day.